in May 2021, but I was watching their videos and I figured, why not? So this challenge was about answering a set of questions that the three readers had compiled, and each of the three readers asked 4 questions. They all answered them, which if you haven't watched the video, you should go back and take a look at it. It's pretty interesting. Probably a lot more interesting than mine, but that's because they've got lots of experience, and that's why they're worth watching. So the first 4 were asked by Dani, and she asked basic questions, sort of foundation. Number 1, what sparked your interest in the tarot? While I was in the middle of the pandemic and recovering from a divorce, and I stumbled upon the Bad Bitches Tarot, and I thought, yes, this is what I need right now. This. And so I began to seriously study and use the tarot at that time. Do I only use tarot in your readings, or do I add in other forms of divination, and what are they? I only use the tarot. I suppose some people might consider using elements and what I understand about numerology as a form of divination. I do use that, but I don't really exactly think of that as other forms. Am I a psychic or a card reader? I am a card reader. Do you use tarot for anything other than readings, like spells, altar cards, display as art, or gifts? Yes, I do. All of the above. And the next set of questions were asked by Dustin. And Dustin asked for more details on those basic questions. And he asked, have you ever taken a break from tarot? If yes, why? Not yet. I only started seriously using the tarot last summer, so I could certainly see that I might want to take a break at some point, but I wouldn't think it would be anytime soon. If I could live in any tarot card from the Rider-Waite-Smith, which would it be? And the answer is that would probably depend a lot on which day you ask me that question. Right now, it's the 9 of Pentacles from the Everyday Witch deck. Boy, do I love that. Do I use the tarot in a predictive way, and do I predict the future? No, I do not predict the future. I don't know if I could or not, but I'm not really interested in it. I'm right now trying to stay in the present. So I care about the future, I care about the past, and I do look at cards in context, in time, but I'm much more concerned with the present. Am I an intuitive, rote, classic, modern, or mix kind of reader? And the answer is mix, an eclectic mix. I started out with the serious study using Benabel Wen's Holistic Tarot. I worked my way through the beginner study guide, and then I went for the intermediate study guide. I read all the guides of every deck that I get as part of getting to know that deck. And then I have a few different tarot books that I dive into, and I watch a lot of videos. So definitely eclectic. Yep, for sure. Okay, the last set of questions are asked by Lisa, and she was asking to take it the next level for more depth. So what are my most consistent tarot habits? I pull a card every day. I don't know that I've missed a day, actually, since I started last summer. I don't think I have. Um, time constraints, maybe I only have time to pull 1 card. Maybe I have time to do a 3 or 4 card spread. Maybe I'm having a luxurious day and I, do an involved spread and I do more than one kind of deck and I'm really bouncing cards off of each other. So it varies, but pretty much every day. Do I see tarot as a magical tool, a spiritual tool, a psychological self-help tool, or something else? All of the above. I see it as all of the above. Primarily, I was interested in it as a psychological self-help tool, but I find that it is also a spiritual tool and a magical tool. But they're all just so closely woven together. How do you separate them? Do I collect tarot decks? Why or why not? It was not my original intention to collect tarot decks. However, When I got serious about it, the deck I had in hand was the Bad Bitches Tarot, which is not well suited to doing Benabel Wen's um, study guides with the holistic tarot. So I found myself needing something else. I got the Everyday Witch Tarot, which is now my comfort deck. I guess that happens with the deck you learn. Anyway, so the point is, I ended up starting to collect the decks, and I did remember, oh yeah, about 10 years ago, I was interested in tarot, and do I still have those decks around? And sure enough, I did. I still had Shadowscapes and Guardians of the Universe. And then I just started watching videos, and you know what happens when you watch videos. You want that deck. So I've made a few missteps. I have some things that I know I'm going to rehome once I figure out how I want to handle that. Probably have about 50 decks now. But I didn't think of it as a collection, and I still don't really. I think of it as a library that I'm building and that I'm trying to very carefully curate it. Last question, number 12. Do I have an aesthetic when it comes to the type of decks I enjoy? If so, what is it? Not yet. And I am really cool with that. I'm very happy exploring, and that's part of the library that I'm building. Have I want it to have breadth and depth. Um, so now at this point, I really don't enjoy like creepy, skull, macabre, my arms have been cut off kind of images. Um, but you never know. Check with me next fall. Who knows what I'll be up to by then? And then there was one bonus question, and the bonus question was, do you personify your deck? And the answer is no, I do not. It doesn't really seem likely either, but I'm only 63, so who knows what's going to happen next, right? I would like to thank from the bottom of my heart the three fat readers individually and collectively as a group for what they've done for the tarot community with all of these videos that they have. And I think that they are very, very generous with their time and their knowledge. I really appreciate it. And I'm just thrilled that you want your community to be actively involved and not just kind of sitting there at your knees soaking up your wisdom. Although I do that too. So thank you very much. I've enjoyed joining in the conversation, and I look forward to watching more of your videos. Take care, everybody.